Okay, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Tuesday mornings with Mystics. So happy to have you here. So, my name is Kat, and I'm going to be guiding you through this practice. I encourage you to, like always, listen to your body. So if something doesn't make sense, if something doesn't feel right, I want you to create the space and to take ownership to do what feels right for you in the moment. So let's allow for our bodies to settle, whether you're seated or lying down on the ground. You might find some movement or jump right on into stillness. And I want you just to notice the things that you're feeling right now in this moment. It could be something super basic, like just feeling the temperature against your skin. Or there could be some complexity from within our emotions, within our sensations. And just allow for those sensations, those emotions, those feelings to be received. Just letting the breath wash over you. Becoming that beacon as we return home. Letting everything that comes to us, let it all be welcome. And I want to encourage you to just step back to be the observer. To feel the rise and fall of emotions, sensations. To notice how things affect us and how we affect the things around us. So maybe we come back into some basic things, creating some space between the teeth, letting the jaw unlock. Letting muscles of the face, the neck, the shoulders, letting them become a little bit softer by permission. You might feel some places or notice some places coming into your field of awareness that become strong, that feel like they're clinging to something. And I want you to give permission to soften, to relax. So maybe the palms of the hands are holding little residue of tension, and you can relax the fingers. Or even gently wiggling the toes, letting the feet become soft, the legs become heavy, the hips relax tension. And throughout all of this, our natural breath has been supporting us. Maybe you notice where that natural breath rests. And see if you can offer up just a little bit more breath. Feeling the airways blossom and how the air moves through our body supplying rich, needed oxygen. See if the breath can become a little bit bigger. And what I always love is that idea that the breath circulates around the heart space. To me, it feels comforting. It feels free. And just giving yourself another breath or two and just relish in the sensation. Now I want you to tap back in to home, into this present moment. Again, notice the sensations that course through the body. What's going on within you at this moment? May we give ourselves permission to feel free, to face what it is that comes our way, to find gratitude with the breath that we take, to be humbled by this experience of life. May we tune into the experience and turn away from expectation. And slowly, if you are seated, just draw those knees in towards the chest and start to tip back. And we'll lay down on our backs with our other friends who are already there. And as you lay down on your back, everyone can start to hug those knees into the chest, creating any type of movement within the ankles, within the feet. Feeling the weight of the legs as the legs pour down into the lower back. And you can encourage those knees to rock from side to side if that feels good for you. Or you could create a breaststroking action. Or maybe keeping those knees close together, just circling them around, giving yourself a little massage within the lower back. And as you're doing this, you might extend those arms to the back of your mat and circle out the wrists. You can even play with kicking the legs up to the sky. And one thing that's been helping for me is as I kind of march my legs up to the sky, there's also a little bit of tipping of my hips from side to side. So as I lift my right leg, I'm actually lifting up the right hip just a little bit and shifting over to the opposite side. And if that doesn't make sense, if that feels confusing, you can do whatever feels right for you. Even opening up into a straddle. Just finding some freedom and some playfulness from within our own body. Giving yourself another breath or two. And then dropping the soles of the feet down to the mat and letting the knees rock over to the right side. The left knee never has to hit the ground if it doesn't feel like it. You can keep it elevated, and you can also keep that left hip off of the mat as well. It doesn't have to stay stuck. On your inhale, we're going to lift the knees, and on your exhale, drop the knees over to the left. And again, right knee never has to drop down. Same thing for the left, it never has to come down, but you can shift the body once you're there to see if there's a different position that feels better for you. Question, find that inquiry. Let the knees lift, inhale, drop them over to the right. Sometimes I feel little tender aches and pains within the body. Inhale, knees lift, and exhale, drop them over to the left. And each one of those little aches and pains, they have a story to tell, and it's a story of my life that I'm living. Whether it's that I pushed myself hard or that it teaches me a lesson in self-awareness. It's all just part of this human experience. Let those knees lift. Now, we're going to lift our feet off of the ground, come into a reverse tabletop position, meaning our knees are lifted off of our hips, and we have our feet flexed at 90, knees at 90, hips at 90. Bring your hands to the front of the thighs. And once you're here, just press those hands into the thighs and then press the lower back into the mat. Now, if you notice that the chin and the head start to do something creative, you can always bring your head on a block or on a pillow, and you might notice that lower back can stay planted into the mat with just a little bit more support. So know that that's always a position. Now press your hands into the thighs, press the thighs into the hands, and imagine you're scooping out your core. So you might notice the hip flexor starting to add a little bit of extra help in this position. Once they're there, see if you can draw the abs in a little bit more and take the pressure away from hip flexors. Bring it back into the core for 5, 4, 3, push 2, and 1. Hug the knees into the chest, let them rock side to side. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the nose. All right, lift those knees one more time. Flex the feet. Knees at 90, hips at 90, hands to the front of the thighs. Press the lower back into the mat. Notice how that changes where the body is. Memorize that position, that neutral back, and then press the hands into the thighs. Press those thighs back into the hands. If you need to relax the feet, if it feels like too much pressure to flex, then you do what feels right for you. Relax the jaw, press the tongue into the roof of your mouth, and here we go for our last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug those knees into the chest. Just a little bit of core awareness from the very beginning of our practice. We're going to do it one more time, but we're going to do it with movement. Okay? So let's get back into that reverse tabletop position. Hands to the front of the thighs. Hands pressing into the thighs. Thighs pressing back into the hands. So we're going to pause here for a second, press that lower back into the mat, and then you're going to take your arms, you're going to reach those arms back as you reach the legs forward. Now you can lift your head off of the mat if that feels better for you, or you can keep that head down, and then back into the hands on the thighs position, pressing hands into the thighs, thighs into the hands. And then we extend the arms, extend those legs, find length. You can go anywhere with those feet that feel comfortable. And then hands to thighs, thighs to hands. Press into them, and then reach. And then knees in. 2 more times. We're going to reach. And then we're going to bring hands into the thighs, thighs into the hands. Last bit. Reach. And then hands into the thighs, thighs into the hands. And then knees into the chest. Let those knees rock side to side. So we're going to roll onto our left side, coming into a fetal position, and then use that right hand to press up and bring your elbow underneath your shoulder. We're coming into a side plank right here, so you can keep your knees bent or you can extend them down, whatever feels right for you. And then we're going to lift those hips up and extend that right arm up to the sky. Yeah. With that right arm up to the sky, you might play around with circling out the shoulder. Now, if extension of the arm feels tight, you can find more of a chicken wing Those hips are staying lifted. We're distracting, circling out the wrists. Now you have an option here. You can bend the left knee, having it underneath, because we're going to add movement here. We're going to drop our hips down to a hover, and then we're going to lift them back up. And then we're going to drop the knees down to a hover, and then lift them back up. And drop the knees down, or hips down, and lift them up. And drop those hips down, and lift them up. 2 more times. Drop down, and lift up. And last time, drop down, lift up. Now from this lifted up position, take that right leg, lift it up, see if that feels okay for you. And the answer could be no. Yeah, take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, drop the hips down. You're gonna lay down on your back, and then we'll roll onto the other side. So as we roll onto our other side, you can have, again, bottom knee bent, or you can have it straight. You can do whatever position feels the best for you. That right elbow is underneath the right shoulder. You're going to slowly lift the hips up and hold it here at the beginning. Yeah. And pressing into that right elbow, tuck the pelvis. Notice what this feels like. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Now you can start to circle out the left arm. And again, you can bend into the elbow if it feels better to shorten that length. Now the next time you have that left arm up to the sky, you can bend that right knee if you choose to, dropping it down onto the ground. We're going to find movement. You're going to drop the hips down, hover, and then lift them back up. Drop them down. Maybe they touch, maybe they don't. Lift it up. And drop it down and lifting it up. Drop it down and lift it up. We have 4 more times. Lift it up. 3 more times. Lift it up. 2. Up. Last one. Hold it up at the top. And then take that left leg and lift it up. Maybe. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, drop the leg, drop the hips, roll onto your back, hug those knees into the chest. Hands behind the backs of the knees. And we can start to roll forwards and backwards. As we roll forwards and backwards, once you come up into your seated position, if you're in class, you can turn around. If you're at home, just roll up to seated. So once we're here, start to circle those shoulders up to the ears and back and around. You can close your eyes if that feels best for you, and just tapping into the way the body feels. Maybe in the shoulders we feel like rubber bands snapping around. Maybe it feels like sand, or maybe it feels smooth. And as you're circling those shoulders around, it's okay to move the neck at the same time. So our body is just like the world, meaning I love how when I move my head around as I'm circling the shoulders, there's other pockets of tension that start to become released. You can go in the opposite direction, and it's just like that little chain of events that can start to happen. And coming into center, we're going to take those arms, reach them up to the sky, deep breath in. And on your exhale, hands come to our heart space. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, reaching those arms up. And exhale, hands come to our heart space. Notice what's inside our heart today, what's inside of our mind for today. We're going to bring our hands forward, planting them down, either rolling over those shins or windshield wipering those feet off to the side, coming into our tabletop position. So as we come into tabletop position, I want to encourage you to make sure those hands are planted down onto the mat, nice and evenly. Knees and hips are in alignment. You can always tent the fingers, fist them, circle out the neck as you settle here for a second. We'll find our cats and cows. So letting the tailbone lift on your inhale, belly lowers without dumping into the lower back and broadening the chest forward. On your exhale, rounding the back, pressing it up to the sky and bringing chin to chest. Inhale, lifting the tailbone, opening up the heart space. And exhale, rounding into it. And 2 more times. And 1 more time at your own pace. And taking a moment before we come into our next position to circle out the neck, to wiggle those hips. Now we're going to bring our knees a little closer together. We're going to root down into that left knee and let the right knee pop up. Just a little bit. And then we're going to take that right knee and we're going to lift it up. Inhale to the right side. And then we're going to exhale, lower it down to a hover. And inhale, lift it up. And exhale to hover. 2 more times, lifting it up. I want you to notice if you can draw those abs in, especially on that lift. Exhale to lower. And last time, inhale to lift. Pause here at the top. And just pulse it up and down, small, 4 times. So down and up, down and up, down and up. Last time, down and up. Hold it here, and then kick the foot out to the right side. Now point your toe. And drop the foot down to touch the ground outside the right, and then lift it up. And drop it down to touch the right, and lift it up. And 1 more time. Drop it down, lift it up. Now drop it down, walk your hands back, coming up into gate pose. Those arms stretch up to the sky. Relax shoulders away from the ears. And then we're going to take that right hand, drop it down to the right leg. Left arm is going to stretch up and over to that right side. Now, if this feels like there's any kind of compromise within that right hip, just bend the knee, come into more of a kneeling position with a bent knee with that right leg. Don't be afraid to move the body. On your inhale, both arms reach up to the sky. Now, on your exhale, left hand comes down. You're going to sweep that right hand up and over so that it's reaching to the left side. Yeah. Now we are going to take and lift that right leg up. Or not. Or not is always the option. Take a deep breath in here. Now on your exhale, bring the right knee and elbow into each other. Inhale to extend. Exhale, squeeze it in. And last time, only 3 times here. And exhale, squeeze it in. Now as you extend, dropping that right foot down, tuck the pelvis. Now on your inhale, use your core strength to come up. On your exhale, bring the hands to the front of your mat, press your hips back. Now we're going to shift forwards and backwards a few times, getting an opening within that right inner thigh. And you might press back, you might shift forward. The next time you shift forward, I want you to root the left hand down onto the ground and stretch the right arm up to the sky. See what that feels like within the ribs, within the whole spine? Exhale, release the right hand down and the right knee down. Rock your hips from side to side a few times, taking a deep breath in and out. Coming into center, we're going to do it on the other side. So rooting down into that right knee, lift and pop that left hip, left knee off of the ground. On your inhale, we're going to lift the knee up to the side. And then exhale, releasing it nice and slowly. Lifting it up on your inhale, and exhale to lower it down. So notice as we lift that leg, can you draw the abs in a little bit more? Can you lift that knee up higher? Exhale to lower down. Last time, lift it up, hold it here, pulse it out. So up and down, and up and down, and up and down. Last time, up, neutral position right here, and then kick the foot off to that, what side? Left side. Point the toe, drop the foot down, toe down, and then lift it up. And drop the toe down, and lift it up, and drop it down, lift it up. Last time, drop down, lift up. Now drop the foot down, walk your hands back, torso comes upright, gate pose. Deep breath in, circle out those wrists if you need to. On your exhale, drop left hand down, right hand stretches up and over to that left side. Feel the space that you can create within the whole right side of the body. On your next inhale, both arms up to the sky. Now on your exhale, you're going to take right hand down, left hand stretches. So bicep and ear become best friends. Now lift up, left leg. Take a deep breath in here. As you exhale, curl left knee and elbow into each other. Inhale to extend, and exhale, curl it in. Last time, inhale, extend, exhale, curl it in. Now reach arm and leg away from each other, plant softly, left foot outside of the mat, tuck your pelvis, use those left obliques, inhale, torso comes up, exhale, hands come to the front of the mat, shifting forwards and backwards. As many times as it feels comfortable, modifying as much as you need to. Now the next time you're forward, we're going to root down, right hand. The left arm is going to reach up to the sky. Take a deep breath in here. And on your exhale, plant the hand down, and then plant left knee down on the ground. Walk your hands to the front of your mat and come into your knee plank. So as you come into your knee plank, tuck the pelvis, fire up the core as much as you need to. Deep breath in, and on your exhale, lower down onto your mat so the elbows go to the ribs, chest hits before the belly. Squeezing those glutes, inhale, head, shoulders, lift up, baby cobra. Slide shoulders away from the ears and relax the jaw. On your exhale, releasing down. Inhale, press up, tabletop. Exhale, child's pose. Take a deep breath in and out. And another deep breath in and out. Give yourself as much permission as you need to here to rest, to release, to do what feels right for you. May we continually come back to this present sensation, this present moment, where life is happening. Inhale, pressing yourself up, tabletop position, tucking your toes, and then lifting those hips back and up, coming into your downward facing dog. So as you come into your down dog, you might play around with opening up the feet to the wide sides of the mat, trying to bend those knees, lift that tailbone up higher, shaking out the head yes and no. Give yourself a long, slow breath in, and a longer, slower breath out. And one more deep breath in and out. Bending your knees, looking forward. You can walk, hop, or step your feet towards the front of your mat, coming into your forward fold. Now the elbows can rest on thighs, or you can come into a ragdoll position, giving yourself ample breath, ample space. Maybe you want to bend and straighten your knees a few times. Maybe that feels good for you. Or circling out the neck. Listen to your body for your next 2 breaths. And 1 more breath. Now bring your hands to your thighs wherever you are. Bend the knees a lot and tuck your chin to your chest. Take a deep breath in here. And on your exhale, rolling up to standing, circle, sweep those arms up to the sky. And exhale, hands come to our heart space. Interlace the fingers, press them forward, bend the knees, and see if you can reach that back away from the palms of the hands. Reach the hands up to the sky, broaden the chest, and then on your exhale, tip over to the right side. Inhale, coming up nice and slowly. Exhale over to the left. It's not big, but some of the best things in life are not huge. Inhale, coming on up. Exhale, reaching those arms, letting them drop by the sides. Inhale, hands come to chest, palms up. And exhale, press down through the palms of the hands. We're going to do that again. So flip the palms. They're going to face up. Inhale. And flip the palms down. Exhale, press down. Settle things. Inhale, stretch those arms up to the sky. Exhale, sink into your chair. Hands in heart space or wherever it feels comfortable for you. Tuck that pelvis. Make sure weight is in your heels. What does it feel like to ground down into the feet? Feel the ankles, feel the calves, feel those quads. On your inhale, stand up tall, come up, this fine buoyancy within the body. Exhale, sink down into our chair. 2 more times. Inhale, stand up tall. And exhale, chair. And last time, inhale, stand up tall. And exhale, sink down into that chair. Bring your hands to your thighs. Lift the tailbone and tip your chin up towards the ceiling. On your exhale, round the back. Press that back away. Inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the chin. And exhale to round. Inhale, roll up to standing. Circle those arms up to the sky. And exhale, hinging down through the center, forward fold. Bring your hands to your shins. Come into your halfway lift. Finding your deep breath in, roll those shoulders away from the ears. On your exhale, plant the hands down onto the ground. We're going to take that left foot, step it to the back of the mat. Now you have an option here as we settle here. You might take blocks under the hands. That's usually my go-to. You can always drop, if you choose to, that left knee down onto the ground and just see what it feels like for you to be here. Rooting that left hand down into the ground, we're going to reach the right hand up to the sky. Finding your twist, see what feels right for you. And what I love is to see how each and every body owns this position. Take another deep breath in. And on your exhale, releasing the right hand down. If you had that back knee tucked, tuck the toes, lift that knee off of the mat. Now, if you have your hands on blocks, remove them. Bring your hands down into the ground to the front of the foot. Now, lift your hips up an inch. And then step, if you can, that right foot to the back of your mat. Come into your plank. From this plank, tuck the pelvis, fire up those quads. Maybe wiggle the hips, relax the neck. Notice where you are today. Deep breath in. On your exhale, we're going to come down to the ground slowly. Fight gravity all the way down. Relax the tops of the feet when you're there. Squeeze those glutes, squeeze the quads. Inhale, head, shoulders lift up. Gaze stays forward and down. On your exhale, releasing down nice and slowly. Inhale, press up, tabletop. Exhale, child's pose. Take a deep breath in and out. Inhale, pressing up, tabletop. Tuck toes, downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths. And one more breath. Now bending those knees, looking forward, walk, hop, or step your feet to the front of your mat. Bending those knees, this time rolling up to our standing position, circling the arms up to the sky. And exhale, hands come to our heart space. Inhale, circle those arms up. And exhale, finding a chair. Roll shoulders down and away from the ears. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, hinging forward. Hands to shins, halfway lift. And on your exhale, hands down to the ground. We are going to step that left foot to the back of your mat. Nope, just kidding, step it forward. We're going to step that right foot to the back of your mat. It'll be a repeat of last week. So squeezing that back leg and front leg in towards each other. Now maybe you keep this knee up, or maybe you drop it down. And it doesn't have to be the same thing you did the last time. We want to take those blocks maybe and bring a block underneath that right hand, and then start to spiral the left arm up to the sky. Just focusing on your breath. Squeezing back leg and front leg in towards each other. Notice how those inner thighs can spiral in. Take one more deep breath in. And on your exhale, releasing that left hand down. If you had that right knee down, tuck toes, lift knee off of the mat. Now hands come to the front of the mat. Lift your hips up an inch and see if you can step that left foot to the back of your mat. Tuck the pelvis, squeeze those abs, shift forward, inhale, exhale, coming down, halfway down or all the way down, whatever feels right for you. Relaxing those feet. Inhale, coming up, either upward facing dog or cobra, dealer's choice. And then exhale, we'll find our way down dog. Tabletop or not. Pedaling the feet, deep breath in. And out. Getting your feet together at the back of your mat. We're going to take that right leg, reach it up to the sky. Inhale. And on your exhale, bend the knees, stack the right hip on top of the left. Circling out the ankle, maybe bending and straightening the leg can feel quite nice. On your next inhale, we'll neutralize the hips. On your exhale, we're going to step that right foot to the front of your mat. And then we're going to slowly lift our torso upwards, moving slowly, finding our crescent lunge. So in this crescent lunge, notice where the body is, how we can shift and move. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, you're going to bring your hands onto the front thigh, onto that right thigh. Now look forward, maybe about 2 or 3 feet, and we are going to shift our weight forward, maintaining all of the weight on that right leg. As you lift that left leg up behind you, find your warrior 3. Now our arms can extend off to the side, or they can stay planted in for support onto that right knee. Take a deep breath in, and out. One more deep breath in. And on your exhale, we're going to step back into our warrior 2. So notice how you land with that left foot to the back of your mat. The arms reach forwards and backwards. And then look to that right knee. Can you see your big toes? If not, turn those left toes in just a little bit. Notice how that can change everything that's happening within the body. Now on your inhale, reach those arms up to the sky, straightening the right leg. Exhale, open it up. Inhale, reach up tall. And exhale, open it up. And last time, inhale, reach it up. And exhale, open it up. Right hand reaches up to the sky. Left hand, maybe half bind or going down to the left leg. Notice where your drishti goes, your focus. Your physical awareness, your visual contact might go down to those left toes, and that might open up the right side of the neck. Or it might go up to the sky, and you might feel this opening happening within the throat. Wherever you are, maybe you can play around with the two. Which one feels better for you? You don't know until you try. Take another deep breath in and out. On your inhale, we'll come back, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle, right elbow down to the right knee, or inside left arm can either go straight up or sweep bicep and ear nice and close together. See if you can lean that left shoulder back. Yeah. See what it feels like for you to take all of your breath, to go into any places of tension, push to the outside edge of that left foot. Now, using those left obliques, inhale, torso comes upright. Now we're going to straighten that right leg, dial the toes to the left side of your mat. 5-pointed star, open up the palms, deep breath in. And on your exhale, hinge forward, lead with the heart, lower head, neck, shoulders down. Once we're in our wide-legged forward fold, you might do those side-to-side lunges, and they could be really big, or they could be smaller. Wherever you are, we get the chance to just play. We get the chance to experiment, to see what feels right for us. Maybe you want to shift from toes to heels a few times to see what it feels like for you to be aware of where you find that baseline of tension. Giving yourself a few more long, slow breaths in. Maybe even if you're home, a couple sighing breaths. If you're here, a sighing breath through the nose. You can add a little bit of that sound cue, that humming sensation. It can feel really nice. Now, let's grab a block, and we're going to bring the block underneath our head and come into a halfway lifted position. Rooting the left hand into the block, right hand is going to come towards the right hip. Take a deep breath in here. And on your exhale, let's twist open to the right side. Now you can even play around with gently bending and straightening the right leg in this position. It offers a little bit more opening from the left inner thigh if that feels right for you. Now we're going to straighten that right leg if you're playing around and reach the right arm up to the sky. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, we're going to thread the needle. So take that right hand and reach it over to the left side of your mat. Yeah, just see what that feels like. Get an opening from the back of the shoulder. Inhale. Take right arm, reach it up to the sky, unfurl your banner. And on your exhale, reach, 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 threading the needle. See what that feels like. Last time. Inhale, reach it up to the sky. And exhale to thread it. And then planting right hand down on the block, releasing for a second, shaking out the head, the neck, wiggling hips. We'll do it on the other side. So get both hands on the block if they're not there. And we're going to inhale to a halfway lifted position, left hand to left hip. Once you're ready, on your exhale, start to twist that left shoulder up to the sky, finding your twist. See what that feels like. Maybe you want to bend and straighten the left knee a few times, or not. Or not is always a great, valid answer. And then when you're ready, you can take that left arm, reach it up to the sky. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, we're going to thread the needle, reach it over to the right side. Inhale, unravel, open up the arm to the ceiling. Exhale, reach it. And last time, inhale, reach it up. And exhale to thread it. Inhale, reach it up to the sky. Exhale, plant it down on the block. Now we're going to toe heel our feet in a few times, removing the block. And when we can get into our foundation of our goddess, you look at your feet, make sure they're there, start to roll that torso upright. As your torso comes upright in goddess, sink deeper into it, see what this feels like. Now I'm going to come over here. Hopefully everyone can see. We're going to do something a little funky. So, and then I'll come back if people can't see me. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our arms, we're going to reach them over to the left, up, and then we're going to drop down. So we're pivoting our left foot, dropping it down. Might be harder with the sticky mats, but let's see. Inhale, come up, unravel the feet, pivot that right. Yeah, inhale, come up, circle up the arms. Exhale down, yes. Inhale up, circle, and pivot. Inhale up. Pivoting both of the feet or one. We just want to make sure knees and toes go in the same direction at all times. One more time per side. Yeah. Now we'll come back up and relax the hands down. Dial all your toes to the front of your mat. All of them. Get them there. So now we are going to take and bring that left knee forward, last balance that we have right here. So you could pause here, and you might be like, okay, this is good, I'll stay. Or you may take that right hand, grab onto the left knee, and twist open. Now, if this still feels awesome, and you're like, yes, more, you can reach down towards the outside of the left foot and stretch it forward if you have it in your practice. Take a deep breath in and out. Now come forward, relaxing hand from that left leg. Step left foot to the back of your mat, hands down to the ground. Kick that right foot back, plank. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, high plank to low plank. Flip the feet, inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, dealer's choice. Exhale to your downward facing dog, pedal at the feet, deep breath in and out. Feet together at the back of the mat. Inhale, take that left leg, reach it up to the sky. Bend the knee on your exhale, stack left hip on top of right. Bend and straighten. See what feels right for you. On your next inhale, neutralize the hips. As you exhale, step that foot to the front of your mat. Now, plant into your foundation. Use your core strength. Torso comes up. Crescent lunge. Adjust. Wiggle the toes. Relax the shoulders. Think of something that brings you joy. If we focus only on the things that cause us stress, guess what? We're going to feel stressed. Think about this relationship we have with our bodies. Thank you, body. Now plant those hands firmly down onto that left thigh. Shift forward, and as you do, straighten or lengthen the left leg. As you reach that right leg up, warrior three. Arms can do whatever feels right for you. Notice any quivering in the legs. And what do we do as we face any kind of shaky foundation that we have? It's a chance for us to stress over it, or a chance for us to say, now, this is when I get stronger. Take one more breath. And on your exhale, let's open up into our warrior two. So our warrior two, left knee bent, stacked over the ankle, right foot is straight. Notice the hips, shoulders, the corners of your mouth. What are all of these things doing? On your inhale, let's reach the arms up to the sky, straightening the front leg. And on your exhale, opening it up. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, open it up. Last time, reach up tall. And exhale, open it up. Flip left hand up to the sky, reversing your warrior. We're holding it for about 2 full breaths. That right hand can find a half bind or just rest on the leg. Again, gaze goes up, drishti goes down. What feels best for you? On your next inhale, come back, warrior 2. Exhale, left elbow down or inside, right arm up to the sky. Or bicep and knee are best friends. Lean that right shoulder back. Now tuck your pelvis. On your inhale, torso comes upright. Straightening the left leg, dial the left toes to the right side of your mat. Interlace hands behind your back. On your exhale, hinge forward. Lead with the torso, head, neck, shoulders. Now you can hug those shoulder blades in towards each other, get shoulders away from the ears, or dump everything down. And then when you're ready, you can release those hands down to the ground. Now from this position, let's extend our arms as far as they can go off of the mat. This right here is very similar to a modified downward facing dog. So if you ever have shoulder issues, if you ever feel like it doesn't feel right for you today, this is a gorgeous place to go. Wide legs, less pressure on the hands, less pressure on the shoulders. Beautiful technique. So keep that in our back pocket as we start to get ready for the spring and maybe gardening and being able to be outside more. Our bodies have that place of transition that they go through. So let's do the opposite now. Let's take our hands and reach them between our legs off behind us. Reaching, and the palms are facing down in this position. And you have to kind of twist those wrists around to make it happen. Take a deep breath in, maybe shifting to your toes as you do it. Take one more breath. Bring your hands into more of a neutral position. Bring those heels in a few times. We'll roll up to our goddess pose. Finding our mudra, index finger and thumb can come together. Little hand yoga for ourselves. A little bit of focus. Relax shoulders away from ears. Notice the experience that you're having right now. Relax the toes. Take a deep breath in and out. One more deep breath in. Sink down lower or not. On your next inhale, let's press through those heels to come up. Relax the fingers, all toes to the front of your mat. Shifting the weight to that left foot. Okay, we're on the same side. Take that right knee, bring it forward. Now we're going to twist to our right so the left hand can grasp on to the outside of the right knee. Right arm can go back. If you want more, grab on to the outside of that right foot and extend it forward. Yeah. Beautiful. Inhale. Nice. I feel like we're ready for like chorus line. Come back to center. Now we're going to kick that right foot back. Hands come down to the mat. Step that left foot back, plank. Deep breath in. Exhale, come all the way down. From here, hands go underneath the head. Bend the knees, windshield wiper feet side to side. As you windshield wiper those feet side to side, breathe. Yeah. Now we are going to keep our right knee bent and extend our left leg. You can I usually use my forearm as a pillow, but do whatever feels right. Right knee bends in. You're going to grab onto the right foot. And pressing that right hip flexor down towards the mat, give yourself a quad stretch right here. Notice if you're fighting to get the heel and the glute in towards each other. You can even play around with kicking the foot into the hand and matching that position with the arm, the hand into the foot. As our body starts to settle down a little bit, start to think about things, places that bring us joy. This past weekend, I woke up early on Saturday morning to go watch the sunrise. Waking up at 4:30, prepping myself, making the drive to Blue Hills to go by myself, just to find appreciation. Relax that right foot. We'll switch to the other side. So bring that right arm underneath the head, either supporting it, forearm or the hand. Let's bend that left knee. Bring it into the glute. We'll stay here for 5-6 breaths. And it was the most beautiful sunrise. The shades of orange. I get to watch that big round sun as it just made its way over the horizon. And I have to say, the light that early in the morning is different. Things seem just different. It's full of possibility, like the spring. It's a new life. It's a new day. Just ready for us. Take one more deep breath in. And on your exhale, release the foot down. Now from here, we are going to roll over onto our backs. It's super graceful. And then hug those knees into the chest. Let them rock side to side. And if you at home want to stay in your same position where head is at head, feet is at feet, you do what feels right for you. Release the feet down to the mat. We're going to find some bridges right here. So find the position. Feet are close to the bottom of your seat. You're pressing that lower back into the mat, and your arms are extended by your sides, palms down. Hug those shoulders into the ground and start to lift the hips up to the sky. Notice what happens with the knees. Do they buck out? Do they stay nice and even? This is your opportunity to explore. On your exhale, rolling down nice and slowly. On your inhale, those hips lift up towards the sky. And on your exhale, you lower down nice and slowly. And we're going to go for about 4 more times. And as you do this, what are the sensations that unravel in front of you? Where do you add energy? Where is there resistance? And then how do we adjust our body so that it just feels better? Now the next time you have your hips up to the sky, we'll keep them up there. Now you might take a block and bring it underneath your sacrum to be in a more of a supported bridge pose. That's totally fine and encouraged if that feels right for you. So we go as far as we want, or we pull back, because wisdom teaches us that modifications are where our body needs to be. In fact, the idea of a modification, it's just what the body needs. That's it. Things aren't easier or harder. It's just the prescription. Squeeze the glutes, take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, if you have a block underneath, remove it and lower down nice and slowly. So we are going to take and bring our right ankle on top of our left thigh. And from here, drop the knees from right to left a few times. And then we'll come back into center when you're ready. Keeping that cross, hug the legs in towards the chest. So if you're home and you're near a wall, you can actually put that left foot on a wall, and then you can relax the arms, and it can feel like a really nice place to go. Where are the shoulders? Where's your jaw? Where is the mind? Taking a deep breath in and out. And another deep breath in and out. Just riding that wave of stillness. What the world goes on continues. Slowly relaxing the left foot down to the ground and uncrossing the right. We'll switch. Left ankle goes on top of the right thigh. Windshield wiper the knees side to side. And again, you're going only as far as it feels comfortable for you. And then when you're ready, as you're ready, coming into center and hugging those legs in towards the chest. As you find your figure four, if you notice your chin is being lifted up super high, bring support, a pillow, a block, a sweatshirt, a towel underneath the head. Notice how support can make the body go a little bit further within this journey. We don't have to go through this alone. Taking a deep breath in and out. And one more deep breath in and out. And then releasing the right foot down to the ground, uncrossing the left, hugging both of those knees in towards the chest, letting them go side to side, circling them out, maybe finding a straddle or movement that feels right for you, for your hips. Maybe you wanted a half split, hamstring stretch. Just taking your time to dive into what feels right for you. And then if you have a block, we're going to take that block and we're going to come into our supported shoulder stand. If you want to come into full shoulder stand, I'll explain it to you second. So supported, our hips will lift up and you're going to take that block, bring it underneath your sacrum, drop down onto it. Don't be afraid to adjust the block or adjust your hips. Once you feel comfortable, legs go up to the sky. You can relax the hands by your side, palms facing up. If you're coming into full shoulder stand, you won't use a block, but you can have one handy in case you want to lower down into it. You can hug those knees into the chest, bring those elbows into your sides, so walk them in and lift those legs up to the sky. Hands go to lower back for support, and you can even play around with what it feels like to Find some funky positions with those legs, regardless of the position you're in. Just make sure there's space between your chin and your chest as you do it. Letting all of the weight from the feet, the pressure that it has constantly, letting it all go. Take a deep breath in wherever you are. Let it go through the nose. To come out of it, we'll bend our knees and lower those feet down to the mat. Remove the block if you're in full shoulder stand. Legs go forward above the head, and you lower down nice and slowly onto your back. Hugging those knees into the chest. When you're ready, drop them over to the right side. You can bring your right hand on top of the left knee, or find any twist that feels best for you. As we find our twist, I want you to relax the left shoulder. Relax the sense of doing, any kind of forcefulness, and just relish in the sense of release. Take a deep breath in and out. And when you're ready, letting those knees lift, taking your time, dropping them over to the opposite side. As you drop them off to the opposite side, again, notice how you let the body twist. Take a deep breath in and out. And when you're ready, letting those knees lift, giving them a squeeze into the chest. And we'll slowly relax our body into our Shavasana. Finding any position that feels right for you. Support underneath the knees. Support blankets. And slowly take a deep breath in. And let that breath go. And continue to breathe deeply as you start to become curious with the body. You can find some movement that feels right for you. And letting the head drop side to side, moving the limbs, toes, legs. And when you're ready, taking your time to drop over into one side or the other to come into a fetal position. And rolling ourselves up to seated, if that feels right for you. Bringing our hands to stack over our heart space. May we find compassion and mercy, forgiveness and love and hope. May we find gratitude, and may we find this present moment to experience life as it is. May we carry this throughout our day. May we know peace. Thank you so much for joining me here, for showing up as you are and being who you are. All that I am bows to all that is within you. Namaste.